Rich back with you for another video. We have a 1977 182Q that has only 1,550 hours total time. We put a new Continental IO 550 in it, new 3-blade prop. We got VGs, we got new tip tanks, we've got big tires. Doing a lot to this airplane. We're going to put avionics, paint, and interior on. It's going to be really cool, tricked out 182Q. We're going to take it up right now and break the engine in and take you along for the ride.
Tower 820, Charlie Romeo, 26 left, ready to go. We'd like to request, we're breaking in an engine over the field at 2,500 feet for some orbits. Does that work for you?
20 Charlie Romeo, Long Beach Tower, have your request standby traffic landing.
Sure. Not a landing traffic.
20 Charlie Romeo, if you're not slightly straight out, tower will call your right turnout for your orbits. You can expect them north of the field at 2,500, runway 26 left for takeoff.
We're takeoff 26 left and we'll fly straight out for now. 820 Charlie Romeo.
Charlie Mike, extend up and I'll call your cross.
So I'm going to go for altitude currently. This thing's going to be like a little rocket ship.
Check 59, follow 1 check 0 to 1,000.
Calling traffic for truck 59. Like an elevator.
Charlie Romeo, contact tower on 120.5.
20.5, right? Look at that climb rate.
It's
crazy. I've never been this high, this early.
Tower 06 will be off a kilo.
A different perspective. Wow.
Tower 820 Charlie Romeo is on the upwind for 26 left.
Charlie Romeo, I started right turn northbound, started climbing to 2,500 for your box orbit. Can't just make that east of 30 at all.
Okay, we'll climb to 2.5, orbits east of 30. 820 Charlie Romeo. Pretty impressive climb. You know, I wasn't necessarily trying to show off, I just wanted to get altitude fast.
The ability to do that, the engine, or is it the like...
Engine, yeah, this is a 235 horsepower stock airplane. They're around about 23. Might give it plenty of fuel. There's 2,500 feet. So, yeah, the stock engine's 235 horsepower. We're running at 300 horsepower. So it likes to climb.
Super fun.
Yeah. So that's about 75% power based on the book. And the idea to break this engine in is to run it for the first hour like that, and then give it plenty of fuel, and you just let this engine run like this, and break it in. You definitely feel the horsepower. I got lots of 182 time. I've flown a lot of these upgraded 182s, but you know, I'm not sure I've done a brand new engine break in like that. These engines are pretty strong. It's going to be a really cool airplane. I mean, 300 horsepower, brand new 550 with 300 horsepower, brand new 3-blade prop, VGs, big tires and wheels, upgraded nose fork, all new glass tinted. We got the wingtip lights, pulse lights. It's going to get a G3X touch with you know, all the fancy stuff, plus the GFC 500 autopilot, new interior. It's going to be a really fine example of a really utilitarian 182. It's going to be fast. These 300 horsepower engines make these airplanes really fast, and it's going to have probably north of a 1,250 pound useful load, and as you saw in that takeoff, it's going to have exceptional short field capability. It's going to look really good too. We're putting a really beautiful paint job on it. It's going to have nice interior, so you can, you know, use it on a business trip, and then take it out on the weekend and land on a sandbar. IFR, good autopilot, and you know, 182s are probably known as one of the most utilitarian airplanes ever built for all the capability they have. And then to take this airplane and, you know, upgrade it like this, start with a super low time airframe. I mean, 1,500 hours on this airframe. Pretty remarkable. And I have said before that I would rather have this airplane equipped the way we're going to have this equipped when it's finished than I would to have a, you know, a late model turbo 182T with G1000. And the reason is I think it'll probably outrun one up to 10,000 feet because of the 300 horsepower. It's not turbocharged, but I don't really care about that because most people don't fly these at altitudes. You really need turbocharging. And it'll outperform it in climb and short field takeoff and landing performance. And so you have arguably a better G1000 or a better system, or as good as the G1000 with the G3X Touch, the GFC 500 autopilot, GTN 750, you know, XM, all the stuff. So you can't really argue that a newer 182 has better avionics. And it'll have likely 200 pounds more useful load once we get it all finished. So for those reasons, I'd rather have this airplane for the same money. Forget you know, $100,000 less or more, $150,000, maybe $200,000 less. So anyway, that's kind of the thought process on this airplane. And I'm going to be taking it up to avionics shop that we want to use for this install is in Canada, and I believe it's in Kamloops, BC. We did some shopping around. We found a company that we really like that's got a lot of experience, puts a lot of thought into how this is laid out, quality. So we're gonna fly it up there. I'm gonna fly it up there probably, and then also do the interior up there. Anyway, if you're in the market for a one-of-a-kind bush plane with super low time, 182Q like this, you should get in touch with us because this one I don't think will last very long. And we're kind of building this off of, you know, Todd Peterson at Peterson Performance with his King Katmai really mastered these airplanes as far as, you know, bush planes. This airplane will have everything his airplanes had except the canard. Partly because I don't think you need, most people don't need that level of additional performance that it has for takeoff and landing. And I don't personally like the way they look. I think it looks much cleaner without it. So
988 ground 133.2.
Okay, a little bit of history on this airplane. The guy that we bought it from was based in Las Vegas, and I think he had it there for a long time. So it's a dry climate airplane, and he bought it from the original owner. As I mentioned earlier, it has, you know, around 1,500 hours on it. And we took this airplane down to, you know, the frame, and you can see, you know, a lot of the corrosion proofing that we did. I mean, it was in excellent condition the way it was, but, you know, because of its age and a lot of these 1985 Cessnas, single engine Cessnas, didn't get a lot of corrosion proofing out of the factory. We went through it and really did anything that we saw, which wasn't much. Like the C-tracks, we put brand new C-tracks in it. You know, just really cleaned it up, corrosion proofed the whole airplane, and just really did a lot to ensure that there's nothing, you know, in the basic airframe that needed anything. You know, that's a big factor in my opinion to get a, if you're going to invest in an airframe like this to get a low time one, and then have a company like ours with lots of experience with these airplanes just totally tear it down and get it to where it's, you know, it's tight, like a brand new airplane, really. New wiring, you know, LED lights, new glass, or plastic, you know, everything's been done. There's nothing that we overlooked. And for those reasons, you know, the garment stuff's nice, the pretty paint job, the interior, but because we've been through this airplane so thoroughly, it really is like a brand new airplane. I don't know that there's probably a lower time 182Q anywhere in the world. I mean, I'm sure somebody can, if you see this video and you have one, let me know, but 1,500 hours on an airframe that's been in a dry climate for most of its life is extraordinary. This thing is right on the money, man. Congratulations.
442 base through runway 26 right, that's the option.
Okay, last lap here. We're going to go and make a short field landing. Let's see how this does on short field. I've been using this old Cessna original autopilot the whole flight. I just got it in roll. It doesn't have altitude hold, but it's almost like it does because it's trimmed out nice and it just hangs right in there. And I'm bumping it once in a while to keep it on the right track, but it's pretty amazing that autopilot works so good. That's probably the original yoke, Skylane 2. You know, original emblem. We're going to keep that. Tower 820 Charlie Romeo.
Charlie Romeo, go ahead.
Yeah, we're done with our orbit out here. I'd like to join a base for 26 left.
Here, Charlie Romeo, Roger. Maintain altitude, base 605 now.
Base over the 605 at 2,500, Roger. 0 Charlie Romeo. 820 Charlie Romeo's 91605 for 26 left.
20 Charlie Romeo, Long Beach Tower, cross from the field southbound, by the signal hill, and then enter the left downwind, please.
Okay, we'll cross over to join the left downwind over Signal Hill. 820 Charlie Romeo. Man, it feels like a beast. This thing's a beast. It really is. That engine's so smooth, man. I really like these 550 Continental. 6-cylinder engines, at least Continentals are my favorite. Put some flaps in here. They're coming downhill. Engine, man, I mean, these are old gauges, but temperatures were never warm at all. Okay for 820 Charlie Romeo to turn inbound.
0 Charlie Romeo, continue down when I have 2 departures.
Roger.
0 Charlie Romeo, base turn approved, runway 26 left, clear to land.
Turn to base, clear to land, 26 left, 820 Charlie Romeo.